So BYU beats Mercer by 19. It really felt like a closer game than that final score because it seemed every time that BYU pulled that little double-digit lead, Mercer would make a run, and then BYU had to kind of battle to bring it back up.
Yeah, it's ironic that with a slow-down team like Mercer, you felt like no lead was safe. The 14-point lead, the 17-point lead, Mercer would cut it to single digits. And again, this was a lower-tempo team that proved tonight that when needed, they could really go back and forth with a very high-paced team in BYU. The Cougars scored 90 points for a second straight game, but it wasn't as if they ran away from Mercer till the very end. Mercer has shot makers, talented inside players, and really showed a versatility that, yes, while they like to play a slower tempo, limit possessions, control a little more of the game, if needs be, they can get up and down. I thought they did so very well tonight.
And really, for the second straight game, Shep, we saw the big three make really, I don't want to say all the contributions, but really the lion's share of the contribution tonight.
Yeah, and the win over Washington, they scored 79 of the 90. Tonight, 68 of the 90. So in the last two games, 148 of the 180 points have been scored by the big three. You had 26 from Davies, you had 24 from Tyler Haws, and 18 points for Carlino. And I really think for the second straight game, Carlino was the key. He was phenomenal from the beginning. Last game it took to the second half. Tonight, right out of the gate, hitting a couple of big threes and really got his teammates involved. It was another great performance by the big three.
9 assists from Matt Carlino for the second straight game. We really have seen Matt distribute the ball, be that kind of all-around point guard. People kind of wondered sometimes, is he more of a two? But we're starting to see, and we've kind of seen it in spurts all season long, that Matt can be a really talented passer.
BYU still now never lost a game when he has 7 or more assists in the game. They're 13-0 all time when he gets just to the 7-assist plateau, got to 9 here tonight. And I thought Matt Carlino's 5 three-pointers were huge. As big were Brock Zylstra's 4. Zylstra had gone the last 2 games without a three-point shot. And as important as key as the big three were, I thought Brock Zylstra's 14 points were really integral to this win tonight in a game BYU wins by 19. Tyler Haws spoke with his postgame just about how much it means when Brock Zylstra is just that other guy because of all the attention Brandon and Tyler in particular are going to receive. Having that extra guy make the open shots when he gets them is so important, and tonight that guy was Brock Zylstra.
And really, as much as the team has relied on the big three, can the bench step up? Because we've seen really nothing. Bronson Kafusi had a couple points today. What's going on with the bench, and are they going to be able to step up? Because they've really played very little role in the NIT so far for the Cougars.
Well, and especially when you're on the road, you need those guys on the bench, you know, helping out the other guys. The other thing is, though, and you don't want to sort of rest on your laurels, but when you're getting 68 and 79 points from your big three, you're going to win a lot of games doing that. Can they do that on the road? That's the question. The one thing I think that BYU has that maybe they haven't had for a while is some confidence. You know, the last 10 games of the conference season, and then obviously the loss to San Diego in the WCC tournament, it's kind of a down team. But now they've had 2 really good performances where the offense is clicking, and especially the play of Matt Carlino, that's got to energize this group. So I think going into Hattiesburg, I think this is a confident team. It'll be very interesting to see how that translates onto the floor.
One final road game, and then once you start going to Madison Square Garden, then it gets really special, doesn't it?
You know, just getting there for this team I think really change the perception of how this team is remembered at the end of the year. Yeah. I think you take one thing out of Las Vegas and that loss to San Diego, you take something entirely different if they can get to New York City, regardless of what would happen there. You know, you could almost say that this team kind of, in some ways, you know, if not maybe met its potential, explored more of its potential by getting to New York City. Whatever happens there would be gravy, I think, at this point. But even now, even with these 2 home wins, playing the way they have, I think they've showed the fans, the coaches, a lot about who these guys really were. It'd be really nice to finish it off by getting that 3rd win and getting back to MSG.
So the Cougars play on Wednesday against Southern Miss. You'll be there. You're flying out in how many hours?
A few, just a couple.
Just a
seems
couple.
Like, yeah.
There we have 19-point win, BYU over Mercer. So we'll, I guess we'll see. Can BYU make kind of some March Madness of their own? Because nevertheless, you kind of saw the BYU fans got excited, started filling up the place.
Yeah.
They responded well, and there was a lot of energy and excitement. And we'll have to see if they can continue it.